All right, welcome to yoga. My name's Nicole. Let's go ahead and bend our knees and reach up and take a nice big breath in. And then bring the hands to the heart center, sort of gathering up, relaxing a little bit. And then reaching up, spread the lungs nice and wide. And then exhale, bring the arms down. And let's do that breathing exercise again. Bend the knees and reach up. Spread the fingers. Stretch all the way from the feet. Exhale, hands to the heart center. Now your lung capacity is your own size, so you can change this to fit you as far as pacing goes. Stretch. And let the arms come down to the sides. Nice. Let's swing our arms forward and back next. Loosening up our shoulders. Nice swing pendulum style. Just go as far as it's comfortable. That's the same with all our poses or activities. You want to listen to your own body and do what's right for you. Okay, now we're going to go up on our toes as best we can. So if you want to hold on to something, do that. So we're starting off with a balance pose here. And then bring the arms down, swing them again. And this time, we'll take our arms back and up and work our tricep muscle. And hold the arms there long enough so that your muscles are doing a little work. And then release, shake the arms. Then we'll stand with our feet apart a little bit and take the arms wide out to the sides, as far as they'll go comfortably. Then we'll be taking them across and drawing our bellies in when we do that. And go back and forth, switch which arm is on top every time. And still keep the knees doing nice little bends, working as our springs. And then back to the center. Let's take our fingers and weave them in front, press them out in front, and then take them up as high as it's comfortable, maybe even beyond straight up, so that you get a little bit of a back bend. If that's something you can do comfortably, do that. And then bring the arms back, widen your stance, reach behind the body, weave the fingers there and press the knuckles down. And then lift the arms a bit. Bring the arms down again, reweave the fingers so the other thumb is on top, and lift. And bring the arms down. Let's do a little bit of hip circle work, and then we'll do some sun salutations. And let's switch the direction. And back to the center. All right, so standing at the front of our mats, we're going to bend our knees, reach up nice and tall, and then fold forwards just as far down as you can. Inhale, come up to a flat back, reaching the torso forwards to elongate the spine, then back down to forward fold. Place your hands on the mat and step the right foot back into a nice lunge. Plant the right hand, lift the left one to the left, and then roll it up. So we're reaching our hand up towards the sky and spread the fingers out. The fingers can be spread out and gripping onto the mat too, same with the toes. And then see if you can press your right heel back and down a little bit. And then bring the left hand to the mat, step into a plank, and let's hold our plank for a couple breaths. If you want to, you can bring your knees down to the mat. Nice full breathing. So our breath that we want to try for is through the nose as much as we can, and very deep full breath, and making a sound. Okay, so now let's go ahead and lower down into Chaturanga. So we're coming to the floor, touching the knees and chest, and then swooping into a cobra. And it can be a low cobra with the elbows bent, or you can slide up into a higher cobra. And then breathe here, reaching the body upwards, lifting through the crown of the head. Whew. And then we'll turn our toes under, rock and press into our first downward facing dog, and walk the dog. And then let's press into our downward facing dog. So we're going to stretch our hips back as far as we can, lower the chest and shoulders, and let the head hang down. And breathe. Nice stretched out dog, and then we're going to walk or jump up to our hands. Hang in a forward fold. Come up to a flat back, so we can even press lightly against the legs to help stretch us forwards, and back to a forward fold. You can keep your knees bent, and then breathe in, come all the way up, so arms out like a reverse swan, back straight, and stretch up nice and high. And then bring the hands to the heart center. Adjust your posture, your hips, maybe the pelvic floor, so that you feel like you're nice and straight through the legs and spine, and even the head is above the body. And then breathe a couple more times. This is one version of a mountain pose, so we want to be sturdy, strong, balanced. And then we'll go ahead and do the other side. So bend and lift, stretch up, exhale, forward fold. Inhale, flat back, reaching the head forwards, away from the hips. Forward fold, step back with the left foot into a lunge, plant the left hand and raise the right arm. Take it all the way up if you can. Spread those fingers out. And now we can see about reaching back with the left heel a bit. So we want our torso, not just the arm, but our torso to go to the side as much as we can, comfortably. And then let's bring the arm back and step back into a plank on this side. So same thing, we'll try to hold ourselves up here for a while, and a couple, 2 or 3 breaths. And if you need to, go ahead and put those knees down. And then see if you can feel strong in your shoulders. Nice and straight through the body, working on the core. And now we're going to go down to Chaturanga. Knees and chest come to the ground. Swoop up into a cobra. And let's breathe here in our cobra, reaching upwards with the body, upper body. Then we'll turn our toes under, rock and press up into our downward facing dog. Bend the knees when you need to, and let's walk the dog. Now let's stretch our dog. So reach back with the hips and let those shoulders and the chest come downward. Still reach with the hips, let the head hang, if that's something you can do. And one more breath here, really stretching this dog. And then step or jump forwards up to your hands. Hang in a forward fold. Breathe into a flat back. Exhale, forward fold. Arms to the side, let's come up, flat back. All the way up, slowly. Coming up, reaching up. Bring the hands together above the head. Stretch, and then lower the hands to the heart center. Nice. Let's stand in mountain again, just 2 breaths this time. So draw the shoulder blades together. See if you can make that nice breathy sound that comes from slightly constricting the top of the throat. And then lower the arms. Give them a good shake. Walk it out a little bit. And we're going to do some shoulder rolls. This time we're going to do opposite or alternating. So we're going to take the left one around, the right one around, the left one around, the right one around. And you can keep a nice soft bend in the knees so that you're actually going up and down a little bit from the legs too. Nice shoulder rolls. One more and we'll go forwards. So, okay, back the other way. One more on each side, starting now. And back to the center and give them a little shake. Nice. Let's take our left arm up, bend at the elbow, and bring the right arm up to the left elbow. Get a good shoulder stretch here. And then if you'd like to convert it to reaching up the back, take the right arm up the back and try to get those hands together. Keeping the right hand up on top is just fine. Just depends on your personal preference. Nice full breathing. And release, switch. Right arm reaches up, fingers spread, then bend at the elbow. Bring the left hand up to the right elbow. And feel that nice stretch. And if you want to convert it, swoop the left arm up the back. And see if you can get those fingertips closer, maybe hook the hands together, or leave the left hand up on top. Your choice. And then we'll slowly release that and shake the arms a little bit. Nice. We're going to go down into a lizard next. So let's bend the knees and reach up, probably at the front of your mat. Let's come down to a forward fold again and step back with the left foot. And then walk the right foot over to the outside of the right hand. So I'll show you this from the front as well, just in case you have a question. Walk the foot to the side. Okay? Now, if you need to put your knee down, that's perfectly fine. In fact, I think I would recommend it. And then so our hands are underneath the shoulders, but the foot is out to the side. And then you can look up, especially if you have problems with vertigo, or you can look down at your hands. I kind of like looking up, like a lizard. From our lizard, we'll go back up, but into a downward facing dog. So let's take that right leg back and go into our downward facing dog and stretch it. And from our stretch, downward facing dog, we'll now bring our left leg up and put it over there on the outside of the left hand. So you may want to put your knee down right away so that it's easier. And then sink into your lizard. Come back over here. So you can see that my foot is over on the side. You can have the foot out farther forward than the feet. Kind of depends on the length of your legs too, what feels most comfortable. Helen's waiting to get in. That's what the phone call was. There we go. Okay. So one more breath in our lizard. And then we'll bring that left foot back, go into another downward facing dog, stretch the dog. And then we'll come down onto our knees and sink into a child's pose. Welcome to Helen. So hips and heels get closer. You can walk your fingers farther away if you want to help bring the chest nice and low to the thighs. And then if you are able to reach your forehead to the floor, you can do that. If you need to support the head, bring the arms back in and make a little tower with your fists and rest the forehead like this on your fists. Either one is good. Now from our child's pose, which is nicely stretching our low backs, we're going to add some side stretch. So let's take our hands to the right side, about a foot to a foot and a half. Maybe put your left hand on top of your right one and feel a nice stretch along the left side of the body. Still breathing our nice, calm and full Ujjayi breath. And then we'll bring the hands back to the center and over to the left side. The torso moves too, not just the arms, and then sink down into the stretch. And then back to the center and come up onto all fours. Let's go ahead and do cow and cat. So make sure that our wrists are under the shoulders, fingers are spread and well connected to the floor. Knees are about hip distance apart. And then we'll take a big breath in and reach our head forwards and our hips back. That's our cow. And then we will arch the back as we exhale into cat. Back into cow, big inhale, stretching head and hips away from each other. And then drawing the abs in as we exhale and curve upwards. And now go ahead and do cow and cat at your own pace. for 3, 4, or 5 more times, depending on your breath capacity. Okay, so let's come back to neutral after the one you're working on now. And then we'll go into a dolphin, which means bringing our elbows onto the mat. Our forearms are connected to the mat and our fingers reconnect. And now let's turn our toes under and pop the hips up into a nice dolphin. Lower the chest between the shoulders and let the forehead come down to the floor or the crown of the head. Or maybe it just is close but not touching, and that's okay too. Try and lower the chest. And then from our dolphin, we'll bring the knees back down onto the ground. Come back up to all fours and do a nice stretch with our leg. So we'll take our left leg straight back behind us and then swoop it over to the right side. And this is our C curve stretch. So let's turn our upper body so that we can look back out at that foot and feel a nice curve through the whole left side of the body. And hopefully in the IT band of that left leg. So the IT band runs along the top outer front of the thigh, top as in front of, and breathe into it a little bit longer. And then back to the center. And now we'll reach our right leg back and swoop it over to the left side and then turn the body so that you can look at the right foot. Feel the stretch. You can feel it along the ribs if you're curving a lot in the upper portion of the spine. Feel it around the hips and the thigh. And then breathe your nice full breath while you wait for the muscles to stretch a little bit more. And then back to the center. Let's go back onto our heels now. Take a nice breath. Take the arms up, overhead. Maybe bring the hands together. Then we'll lower our left arm and just do a nice lean over to the left side, reaching with the right hand. And then let's come back up to the center. I like to take a nice big breath here. And then exhale over to the other side, where then you can take another breath. And reach with the left hand. Very nice. And then back up to the center. And bring the hands down to the heart center. And take another breath here. All right, let's bring our hands down now. Walk them forwards, back to all fours. And we're going to come up onto our toes again. So pop up into downward facing dog. And we'll do a three-legged dog on each side. So let's reach our right leg up. And stretch into a three-legged dog. And then bring the right leg down and we'll stretch up into a three-legged dog with our left leg. Reaching back and up, lowering the chest and shoulders. And then bringing that foot down, walking the feet up to the hands, hanging in a forward fold. Come up to a flat back again, concentrating on stretching the spine. Then back down to Uttanasana, forward fold. Arms swoop out to the sides and with the back as straight as we can keep it, let's come slowly up. Reach up into the sky. Nice stretch upwards. And then bring the hands to the heart center. So we're back in a mountain pose. And see if you feel like you're balanced. If your hips are tilted forward or back, just straighten that out. Lift through the upper body. Is the head above the body? Just make your little adjustments and then take another breath. And we'll let our arms come down and give them a shake. Nice. Okay, let's pause for a drink now. So if you have one, go ahead and drink and take a small break. When we come back, let's go ahead and start twisting, loosening up through the body and working the muscles underneath the ribs. You can do your own style of twist. Maybe you want to go low and then come up high. Maybe you want to twist on the toe. Whatever you want, just loosening up, making it fun for yourself. All right, so that's probably got everyone doing a little bit of twist. Let's stand at the front of our mat next, and we'll do some of our Virabhadrasana or warrior poses. Let's step back with our right foot into a wide triangle leg and then sink into a high lunge. And then if you're able to take the hands forwards and up, go ahead and do that next. So if you need to hold on to something, then please do that so that you can stay stable while you're getting better at this. And then our gaze or our drishti is forwards or all, anywhere along the spectrum to up between the hands. So just take your gaze up as high as your neck would be happy with. And then we will rise up, turn our back foot out and twist our torsos to the side. Take the arms front and back and then bend that left knee straight ahead. And try to keep the upper body over the hips. Draw the shoulder blades in, keep arches in the feet, and breathe. And now let's lower our back arm and raise the forward arm, the left arm up, stretch it up, and then slide that right hand down a little so that you slightly curved towards the back, still reaching with the hand, and the left knee is still going forwards. And then we'll come back up to our warrior two, and we'll do a modified version of triangle or Trikonasana. We're going to bend our left elbow and bring it to the left knee. Take the right arm up towards the sky, and then twist that torso completely or as far as we can to the side, so that right shoulder is down and back and our arms are in a line. And with our left elbow, we can have an easier time of keeping track of the left knee, keeping it in a straight ahead position. And then see if you can reach with your body. So take the torso forwards away from the hips. And then slowly come up and turn to the right side. Adjust your feet so you're comfortable. And then we'll take big circles. So crossing the arms in front, which stretches the upper arm and shoulder, reaching up in the sky. Take the arms down again and across. Reach up. Exhale down and across. Inhale up, and we'll do one more. Down and across. And all the way up. And then down. Nice. And we'll turn back towards our left foot and step forward. Now we'll just walk it out a little bit before we go to our other side. Okay, so walk, walk, walk. Need a little more light. Okay. Good. And now let's begin the other side of Virabhadrasana. So stand at the front of your mat, step back with the left foot this time. Sink into the lunge, right knee going straight ahead, arms going forwards and working their way up as high as it's comfortable for you. Reach away from the body and then draw the arms back into the shoulder sockets for firmness across the shoulder. Drishti, your gaze can start going up if that's comfortable for you. And breathe. Nice full Ujjayi breath. From warrior one, we'll lift and go to warrior two. Twist to the side, that left foot has turned to the side, arms forward and back. And now bend the right knee straight ahead, keeping the body over the hips and drawing the shoulder blades in. Our gaze can be part way towards the right hand or all the way, depending on how far your neck wants to turn. And then we'll go from here to lowering our left arm, reaching up with the right arm, stretching, maybe spreading the fingers out, and then sliding the left hand down slightly and curving slightly back. And from this position, we'll come back to our warrior two and work towards our triangle, modified by bending the right elbow, coming down to the knee with the elbow, reaching the left arm up, twisting the body to the side, reaching with the upper body away from the hips. Then coming up, turning to our left side, adjusting your stance, and we'll go into a nice wide angled forward fold. So slide the hands down the fronts of the legs, just as far as you comfortably can. Bend the knees if you want to bring your hands to the floor. Otherwise, you can keep your hands above the knees. We're going to bend our right leg and straighten the left one. keeping arches in the feet, connecting with the toes. Now shift to the left side. So bending the left knee deeply so you can feel a nice stretch along the inside of the right leg. And then we'll move the hips back to the center and slowly come up halfway and then slowly come up the rest of the way. Bring the arms up. We'll go down into one goddess pose. So as we exhale, bend the elbows and knees and be strong in the arms and legs. Lift up again. Big breath in. And then just bring the arms down to the sides, turn towards the right foot and step forwards. And walk it out. All right, let's take a breath in and reach up. Let's come back, forward fold. Bend the knees, walk the hands and feet away from each other into yet another downward facing dog. And then bring the knees to the floor and sit back on the heels. If you prefer to be in a chair, we're going to do lion's breath. So slide the hands back. So this is another nice breathing exercise. We'll bring our hands up to our shoulders, and then we'll be lurching forwards, opening the mouth, sticking out the tongue, and crossing the eyes as we exhale as much as we can. Let's go ahead and do 4 lion's breath. Breathe in. Exhale. Breathe in. Exhale. Breathe in. Exhale. And breathe in. Exhale. And sit back on the heels. Let's do a cross-legged position just for a brief time. Let's try to stack the knees on top of each other, or you can sit in a regular cross-leg, lotus, or sukhasana with one foot out in front if that's more comfortable. So sitting here, I'm just going to do a nice seated twist. So take the right arm on the outside of the left knee and twist to the left. And then come back to the center. And if you have your knees, want them opposite, go ahead and switch them in the air. And then go with your left arm to the outside of the right knee. I forgot to tell you that that knee needs to be on top. If you have your knees stacked, and twist to the right. So even if you don't use your arm as leverage against the leg, you can still get a nice gentle twist to the side as far as you comfortably can go. And then we'll slowly bring ourselves back. Now we are going to put our legs up on the wall or a piece of furniture. So unwrap the legs and lift them up onto something that can support you from the heels. Scooch your hips as close as you want to be, depending on what angle you want your legs to be reaching upwards. So we'll give our vascular system a rest in the legs, having the legs up above the heart. So probably people are still getting into raised leg position. So we'll take some breaths if you have already made it here. Let's reach our arms up and over and spread the rib cage and let the chest lift a little, and then exhale, and that gap underneath the back lessens and the arms come to the sides. Again, breathe in, reach up and over, spread the rib cage out. Then exhale, bring the arms back. Now let's do some angel wings. We'll do 2 of those. So sliding along the floor, the arms go to the sides, and then as far up above the head as you can reach. Like you're doing angel wings in the snow, that idea. And then back to the sides and down to the hips. That's the exhale. Again, inhaling out to the sides and up as far as it's comfortable. And then exhale, bring the arms back. Nice. Let's draw the knees into the chest. Send the feet and hands up. And if you want to, you can reposition your heels onto your support and do your pointing and flexing with your legs resting on the supporting structure. Or you can have them up in the air. It's your choice. It's still keeping the legs and feet up above the head and heart. So either way is good. You can even do the circles we'll do in a few minutes with support for your legs if you want. It's just you might have to modify the circle, might become more of an oval or something. Okay, let's hold the flex. And then hold the point. And then hold the flex. And then hold the point. And then we'll make circles. And now let's reverse those. And then bring the feet and hands back to neutral. We'll make fists with our toes and hands. And then stretch the toes and fingers out. Make as much room between each digit as you can. Then scrunch them up again. And you can tighten the muscles in the arms and legs. And then relax and stretch. Let's do a couple more. Tighten and scrunch. Relax and stretch, breathing in. And the last one, breathe out, scrunch, tighten. And inhale, stretch. And then place the heels back on the furniture and take another breath, arms up and over. And then bring the arms back to the sides. Now we're going to put our right ankle on the left knee. Flex the feet. Draw that left foot slowly down the support until you feel a nice stretch in your thigh, or not thigh, sorry, hip, buttocks area. We're targeting our piriformis next. So slide that foot down until the lower leg is perpendicular, if you can make it that far. Otherwise, stretch wherever it was that you needed to stop. And then if you want more beyond this, go ahead and wrap your hands around the top of the shin or behind the knee and bring that left foot closer. And as you do, reach forward with the right knee. So left knee in, right knee away. And then take nice full Ujjayi breaths. You can even close your eyes. And then we'll send our legs back up on the support. Take another breath in, arms up and over. Big breath, stretching out the ribs. Exhale, arms come back. Now bend the left leg so that the left ankle's on the right knee. And start sliding that right foot down so that the left foot's getting closer to you, and start moving that left knee away already. Feeling a stretch in your left thigh, buttocks area, that piriformis muscle. So if this isn't enough of an angle to get a good stretch, go ahead and reach for your right knee and draw it even closer. Another way to increase the stretch is by tipping towards the side that the foot is on top of the knee. So draw it in, press just with the muscles in your legs and hips, press the left knee away from you and breathe your nice calm and full Ujjayi breath. I like to close my eyes. Relax the shoulders onto the ground. Make sure the feet are flexed. And that I'm feeling a nice stretch there in the hip. Full Ujjayi breath. And then we'll return the legs up to the furniture or wall. And then slowly slide the feet down. Place the feet on the floor, walk the feet around. We want to be back on our mats. So go ahead and move to where you need to be so you're comfortable on your mat. We'll be staying on the floor. So let's take our arms to the side and we're going to let our knees tip over to the left side and turn the head as far to the right as it's comfortable for the neck. And breathe, relaxing the shoulders, relaxing the legs, just letting that stretch happen. A nice twist all the way up the spine. So this is a full body twist too, just a different type. We call it our windshield wiper, but we're slowing it down. Let's bring the knees back to the center and the head too, and go to the other side. Letting that twist come into play little by little, getting the twist a little bit deeper. And then we'll bring the feet back to the center. Next, we're going into a butterfly. So bring the feet close together. Let the knees go out to the sides. And then adjust the feet so just the outer edges of the feet are touching. And the soles of the feet are open like a book. We're relaxing into the ground with the upper body. And now the knees are making their way slowly closer to the ground, unless you want to stop them at a certain point to protect some part of your hip and thigh area. And if so, you can make little fists with your hands. You can use towels, which you might want to do next time if you did this time, or little blocks. So just let the knees go out as far as it's comfortable. And then we'll slowly bring the knees back together. Stretch the left leg out and then the right. And we'll do one full body stretch before Shavasana. So arms go up and over, reach with the legs to big, big breath. And then bring the arms back to the sides of the body. Relaxing, drawing the shoulder blades together so the shoulders can roll down into the floor. And turn the palms up to face the sky. Check that your feet are about equally distanced from your center line down the center of the body. And if you want your feet to be more straight up than going out, maybe there's a knee problem, you can adjust the muscle of the calf so that it's more towards the outside, which will keep your feet more towards the inside. All right, so now notice how you feel. Maybe wiggle the fingers and toes, or scrunch them and let them go, or stretch them. Maybe you need to move the wrist around. Whatever it is, just kind of loosen up and settle in. Relax the top of the head. Relax the temples, the eyes, forehead, all that top part of the head around the back. Then move your awareness to the cheeks, the nose, then the mouth, then to the jaw, the neck, the shoulders. Are we relaxing? So if not, relax a little more. Let the arms feel like they're just sagging in towards the ground. Maybe sagging was the wrong word. Sinking. And then the back and the hips, the thighs, the calves, and the feet. And now let other thoughts drift away from you and enjoy a beautiful Shavasana. time to start wiggling your toes and your fingers and bringing your awareness back to our class. You can stay lying down, stretch your hands and wrists a bit. And then for those of you who would like to sit up, go ahead and roll them to one side and make your way to a comfortable seated position. I'm just sitting in a regular schoolyard cross-legged right now. It's up to you. And once you get here, you can twist a little to each side just to loosen up the back. We did a lot of work on our backs today. Maybe roll your shoulders a little bit just to loosen up. And then we'll take our arms up above the head. Big breath in. Bring the hands to the heart center. And we'll do 3 ohms so you can participate or listen, whatever you like. Breathe in. Om. Om. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Peace, peace, peace. Thank you for being here today. Namaste. Good job, everyone. Yay. And you can unmute if you'd like. Or you can just go about your day. Glad you were here. Namaste.
I cannot see you. I cannot.
Oh,
Hello.
sorry, Helen. Hi.
Bye. Have a good day.
Bye-bye. You too. Bye-bye.
Aloha.